Eli Carson worked in a rusty old garage on the edge of a forgotten highway, where most people drove past without noticing. He was a broke mechanic with a worn denim jacket, rough hands, and a heart bigger than his toolbox. Years ago, he'd studied engineering, but life didn't care about dreams. His mother got sick, the bills piled up, and college disappeared into a haze of responsibility. He now fixed broken alternators and bent suspensions just to scrape by, barely managing rent on Hannan, his small trailer. One rainy afternoon, just as he was closing the shop, a sleek black SUV pulled in, out of place among the muddy pickups and faded sedans. A man in a black suit stepped out first, then quickly opened the door for a woman holding a little girl. The woman looked elegant, composed, but her eyes were tired and swollen, like she hadn't slept in days. "Are you Eli Carson?" she asked. "Yes, ma'am," he replied, wiping his hands on a rag. "I'm Alina Hart. My husband is Russell Hart. Maybe you've heard of him." Eli blinked. Of course he had. Russell Hart was one of the richest tech billionaires in the country. But why were they here? "This is our daughter, Emma," she said softly. The child didn't speak. She had thin, weak legs and wore leg braces that clinked faintly when she moved. "She's never walked on her own," Alina continued. "We've tried everything, doctors, therapy, even robotics. Nothing worked." She pulled out her phone and showed him a grainy video clip of Eli's makeshift walking cart he had built for a neighbor's kid with cerebral palsy. "You made this," she said. "And it worked." Eli scratched his head. "I'm not a doctor, ma'am. I just fix things." "That's exactly what we need," she said. "Someone who can see what's broken and fix it." He didn't know what made him agree. Maybe it was the way the girl looked at him, not like a mechanic, but like someone who might actually give her hope. That night, he didn't sleep. He pulled out scrap parts from old wheelchairs, toy bikes, and lawnmowers. He built a frame from hollow aluminum tubes, light but sturdy. He adjusted spring coils and balance points, trying to design something that could learn from the child's own rhythm. When Alina returned 3 days later, Eli held up a strange-looking walker, nothing like the expensive machines they had tried before. Emma looked nervous, her small hands trembling as he gently helped her into the device. "No pressure," he said. "Just try." She stood, shaky at first. Then, her left foot moved forward. Everyone froze. Her right foot followed. Then she took another step. Alina gasped. Emma kept going. And when she fell into Eli's arms, laughing, her mother fell to her knees, tears flooding her face. After years of failure, hope had walked. In that day, and it wore grease-stained gloves and a quiet smile. Asterisk. News of Emma's first steps traveled faster than Eli could comprehend. By the next morning, a blurry video Alina had recorded went viral on social media. Headlines read, "Billionaire's daughter walks, thanks to a broke mechanic." Eli didn't even own a working computer. Reporters gathered outside his garage, asking questions he didn't know how to answer. Some people assumed he'd hacked into some secret tech. Others claimed it was a PR stunt by the Hart family. But those who had seen the moment in person knew the truth. It was real, raw, and made from the hands of someone who didn't care about money-only results. Despite the chaos, Eli stayed the same. He still opened the garage at 8 a.m. sharp. Still drank his bitter black coffee. But everything had changed. Alina returned with Emma a week later, not to test anything, just to say thank you. "She walks now," Alina said, smiling with a calm Eli hadn't seen before. "She dances, too, sloppy, but she tries." Emma ran up to him, hugging his leg tightly before jumping into the seat of his old toolbox cart like it was a rocket ship. "She calls you her magic fixer," Alina whispered. Eli chuckled. "I'm just a guy with a wrench and too many spare parts," Alina reached into her bag and handed him a sealed envelope. "This is from Russell." Eli opened it to find a signed offer $1.5 million to buy his design, with bonuses for further development. He blinked. It didn't feel real. "I don't want to sell it," he finally said. "But I'll help build more. Kids need this more." "Then money?" Alina didn't look surprised. In fact, she looked relieved. "Then we'll help you do it the right way." Within 3 months, Eli's garage became a full workshop. Engineers from Russell's company came not to replace Eli, but to learn from him. He taught them how to use everyday parts to make high-functioning devices, how to tune by feel, and how to think like the person who'd be using it. Eli's designs went beyond just walkers. They evolved into adaptive systems for kids and veterans, personalized and affordable. He refused to patent them alone. "This ain't mine," he'd say. "It belongs to the ones who'll walk with it." Years passed and the world changed around him. But in his heart, Eli remained the quiet mechanic with calloused hands and a mind full of blueprints drawn on diner napkins. On Emma's 10th birthday, she surprised him by walking into his shop without braces. She hugged him tight and handed him a small gift, a hand-drawn picture of her walking with him under a sky full of stars. "You didn't just fix my legs," she whispered. "You fixed our family." Eli didn't reply. He just smiled, wiped a tear with his sleeve, and looked out the garage window as sunlight poured in. Same tools, same bench, but a whole new world. Asterisk.